The final race on Saturday's programme, race number 10, the Woodpecker Handicap. 1,400 metres the trip, Class 3 contest here. Kingsfield's on a hat-trick. Matthew Poon takes £7 off. Green Card second up for the season. We got Winston's Lad's got a good fresh-up record. Hayrun makes his seasonal return from barrier 10. General Dino still just a 3-year-old. Imperial Gallantry goes up in class, his last win, as does Such a Happiness. Chad Schofield from barrier 1. Now we've come back to the touch screen here to have a look at this speed map, Brett, because it might be quite interesting here in the last. A lot of runners, as they stack up, probably Kingsfield and Cheerful Boy like to roll forward.
You would think so, yeah. Kingsfield won his last 2 at the end of last season. His recent trial, he was ridden quiet, but you would think on race day he'll be pressing forward. Cheerful Boy is a front-running type. I think the Jockey Club have got it pretty much spot on. The only other couple of little variables potentially is Sir Redalot. When he ran his first start, he was able to ping out from 6, and he actually crossed right over in front of the field. So potentially he could be sort of heading this direction. Or there's the option that he might just try and slot in here for a bit of 1-1 cover. But I think Joe might be aggressive and potentially roll forward and then see what the options are. The other one, Bring It On, was ridden forward last start, but he's likely to slot in looking for a bit of cover. And maybe here, Pretty Bohemia, drawn low, he could be one that's sort of potentially maybe looking to sort of slot himself somewhere in here, perhaps between Mighty Maverick and Winston's Lad. But also, he does have a profile of sitting back in the field. He's done his best racing from that situation. So I think it's pretty much spot on there as the club have got it, but maybe just those couple of little variables.
There are a few in there like to take a sit, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, majority of the field.
Yeah. All right, that's how the speed map looks. Paul, how have they looked in the morning at track work?
Yeah, we've got a few to show you here. The first one is Winston's Lad, Neil Cullen aboard here. He's riding on race day. Now, we'll show both his gallops leading in because he's got a really good fresh record, and he was in a bit of form towards the back end of last season. So that's his first gallop. And then on the 14th of September, he backed it up with this. You can see he's got his ears pricked. I think he's doing it nicely. So he's definitely one I think he's got a big chance. He's dropped 14 pounds as well from the end of last season. So he's dropped a little bit of weight. Hayrun is a horse that's on the improve, no questions. He's put on 17 pounds in the off-season. I think it's a good thing. He's really keen here in this piece of work. Yeah, 31st of August was this one. That was his first go up. Then he backed it up with this, and he was given us a little bit of extra rein as he came down the straight. And you can see he responded immediately when he was asked to do it. So he's going to be a big price runner. I've snuck him in. I did like his track work, and I think he is on the improve. And Such a Happiness now, he's dropping back in trip. He's a winner at the back end of last season, but he did show plenty of ability this one. I think he can run a nice race fresh as well, of what I've seen in the mornings.
All right, OK, he goes up in class as well, as does Imperial Gallantry. We're going to have a look at him, actually, right off the start here, along with Kingsfield's out in front. Imperial Gallantry's just about last when they swing in, but makes up a little bit of ground.
Well, he's a difficult horse to ride, as we know, Imperial Gallantry, and he's going to get back, and he's going to take a lot of vigour final stages for Derek Long. Overall, he's had 8 goes in this class and has never been able to win. But he's capable with a frantic pace. I'm not sure the pace will be frantic enough for him.
No, I don't like him. Kingsfield's obviously the one that I quite like coming out of this trial as well. He's put on 25 pounds, and with that claim, he shows he's up to this grade.
C+3 as well, should be
right on the pace.
All right, lots of positives about him. What about Such a Happiness? Took him a while to get going here. Ultimately, he wins, and that's the important thing. But Neil Callan really had to stoke him up. Yeah,
this was his 6th start, and now he's by Savabeel, so the distance was the key for him getting up to 1,600 metres. It was the second go at 16. He's now back to 1,400 metres. But he's fresh. I think he's got the light weight. I can see him running on. I've got him on a place line, so I think he's got class, though, this horse.
Yeah, this is a very open market. He's the way I'm going to suggest to go. Just a nice young horse that's on the rise, comes in with a light weight and a good barrier. So it's a tricky race. There's a lot of possibilities. I'll be sticking sort of with probably him.
Yep. All right, this could be another possibility then. Winston's Land we're going to have a look at. And again, Imperial Gallantry out the back. Very quiet trial for him.
Yeah, I like Winston's Lads. Those 2 gallops that we saw, he's trialled here nicely as well, and it was a nice trial from him. Look, he won his first 2 races when he first was on debut here in Hong Kong. He sort of went off the ball a little bit, but he came back and was quite consistent towards the back end of the season, and I can see him running really well fresh here.
He's a 2-time winner in the class and a horse that has won fresh. He's drawn well. He's another possibility.
That was Szechuandar in the yellow jacket.
Yeah.
Just scooting through in the middle, of course, won on Wednesday nights. All right, tricky way to finish the card then, Paul.
Yeah, good way to finish. I'm going to go with Winston's Lad to beat Such a Happiness. Kingsfield on the top of the pile there weight-wise, even though he's got that claim. And Hey Run, he's the big improver at a big price in for fourth. 6.14, 1 and 8. QQP's 1.6.14.
I'm going to go with Such a Happiness down the bottom, lightweight, good barrier, young horse on the rise, Kingsfield, so the bookends, green card, and General Dino is a little bit of value runner. Hay Run's work has been terrific. It's a good race and a lot of chances. I'm suggesting Such a Happiness each way at about the 10 to 1 at the moment.
Yeah, there you go. So it's a tough way to finish the card. But as far as the stats are concerned, Paul, we're going to focus here on Matthew Poon. Could be in. We had a good Wednesday night. Could be in for a good Saturday.
Yeah, look, he's with the sprint races in particular with that claim. He's a first three rate of 52%, as you can see there, with 33 total rides. He's had the 4 wins, 4 seconds and 9 thirds. So he's doing it. And Beckley's obviously, I think, it's his best, well, one of his best rides, Beckley. So there's the stats on him, and he'll take the claim off that horse.
Yeah. I think you could certainly have a winner early and maybe a winner late as well with Kingsfield. As far as best bets are concerned, Paul?
Happy Beauty for me. Currently 450. If you get anything over 350, I think you're doing pretty well with him. Straight to the front and improve. Big Time Baby at a massive price. He's 40, 50 to 1. I marked him probably $15 chance from barrier 14. So I do like Big Time Baby. Better Responsibly with the ace draw, and I'll make the play in that one with him. Sunshine Universe with the gelding, and Top Beautiful looks a horse from the top draw, 110.11.
Going to take a chance here that Joe can just utilise the good barrier with Diamond Mysterious and have him a spot closer, and I think he might be able to overpower them in the final stages. Play at race 5. The race preceding my best is my long shot, 5-1 for Zach Purton. Onto the all-weather, I think it might suit him. And I'll make the play in race 4. Good Method as the banker with Ambitious Speedy. Foxbat worked and trialled terrifically leading in. And then Exponents will be a bit of value and Laughing Lord. So trios, trifectas, 3, the banker 2, 4, 7, 12.
Excellent. Well, keeping it simple this week, Beakley for me, race number 2. I think he just wins with Matthew's £7 as well. It certainly won't hurt. My Little Friend, I can't believe he's an each way price really, but he is at the moment. He's drawn well in a very competitive sprint, and we'll work around him as far as the QQP is concerned. My Little Friend, Adventurer and Premier will be a little bit shorter, but that is the play. Hopefully it'll be a nice return for us as we return to Shartin on Saturday. Good programme.
Yep, Saturday afternoon, races 3 and 5 on the all-weather. The rest of them are on the grass.
There you go. And as far as the all-weather is concerned, Paul, you're hoping for a bit of results in with Happy Beauty.
Yeah, look, straight to the front and away we go. Nice early in the day as well, so we'll get the money early.
Followed up by a big, fat, juicy long shot later on.
All right, good stuff. All right, well, that's the show. Thanks for watching. On behalf of Paul, Brett and the rest of the team, hopefully we'll see you at Shartin when we will be racing 2 away.
Good night.
Good night.